Right. You got it.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dr. Fantastic Magical Mineral Elixir. I've got the inventor, Fred Eichhorn, on the phone, and we're going to introduce to you a way to correct your mineral balance in your body with the liquid that we have. Or we call it our magical mix of mineral elixir. The name may be changed, but I'm having fun with that name. And the FDA and 40,000 cures from Fred that Fred's done is fantastic. Fred, tell us about this miracle mineral elixir.
Okay. Well, what it is, see, to me, a miracle is just something that's not understood. So therefore, when we explain it and you understand it, it's at least now it's understood. When I had my pancreatic cancer, I was 21 years old in 1976, which is 43 years ago. They gave me 3 to 6 months to live back then. And I kept on saying I never touch any drugs, no cigarettes, no alcohol, nothing. And so it didn't make sense. So I had them test. They did the surgery. They took out 90% of my pancreas, the whole spleen, and part of my stomach. And that was supposed to give me 3 to 6 months to live. Well, I had to look at every mineral level in my body. Whatever I was low in, I took huge amounts, and I corrected my mineral profiles so the proportions were all correct to each other again. And my cancer showed no evidence in 2 years. So what happened is I looked and investigated when I was in med school every mineral level in the body, what it's supposed to be, and I created my formula, which is every mineral that the body wants in their correct proportion to each other. Now, this causes the body to correct the electromagnetic fields in the body, putting the proportions of all the minerals correct to each other in the body. Now, that causes the correct DNA expression, causing the correct information how to make those cells and chemistries. Now, the result is the environment in the body is correct to make the correct cells, and the material is available for the body to make it. And the previously made incorrect cells cannot survive in the corrected environment. So they just die naturally. No surgery, no chemo, no nothing. The body just disposes it like any other cell that would naturally die from its life cycle. So we find that we started with cancer originally, and people sometimes think that cancer is an outside invader. And I'm showing that if you do a phenotype test, that shows the chromosome arrangements in the body, and that when you test the cancer cells and also the body's cells, they have the same phenotype, which means the body made those cancer cells, not the outside invader that they were accusing. So when we have a better understanding, then we understand the better way how to resolve it. So what we do is we have to stay away from anything that's processed, preserved, in a can that's got chemicals and preservatives in it. We have to stay away from anything that's toxic. So that way you want the purity in the body, and therefore the body's going to have the correct natural responses that it's supposed to have. Now, that's what illness is. Illness is when the body is deficient, doesn't have what it needs, or it also has toxic chemistry, which is altering or interfering with the electromagnetic field, which then, as I said, causes a change in the DNA information, which is changing how the body makes cells. So it's a very simple thing. Like even diabetics, we found where when they take the formula, in a couple of days, they see their sugars starting to come down, and they work with the doctor, and they take less and less of the medications that they normally take, with the doctors following them. And so usually within about a month, they're totally weaned off of all the medication, and their blood sugars are normal, and they can eat sugar like anybody else and still maintain normal blood sugars with no medication. And that's, again, proving that this is all due to mineral deficiencies. We see the same thing with Alzheimer's, autism with kids, thinking issues, people who have bipolar, or just people who have difficulty thinking or memory issues. This helps that. And a lot of the biological than neurological communication. Like arthritis, bursitis, things like that. People find that they don't have the problem like they used to, or it's totally gone. And so we never make any claims, but we show where there are no evidence of these problems, or reduced evidence, and eventually no evidence of these particular problems. And the good thing is that it's all natural minerals. It's nothing toxic, and it's good for the body to begin with. So people who have these problems, they can find they can digest better, and the muscle tone is better. They can think better. They can see difference in their speech, and all the body functions are now able to get the biochemistry correct to function correct, and that's how we do this. I hope that's helpful.
Yes, indeed. So actually, autistic, because I know an autistic young man, and this will help him?
Oh, big time. In fact, in my office, Rosanna is a nurse who works for me. Her son, Sammy, was 8 years old in 2005. Very severe at school, and to put him away, the whole thing. Long story short, he went on this. He's fine. He graduated high school with a 98.3 average, and he did 2 years of college so far.
Wow.
That speaks for itself. And
you were telling me earlier, before this interview, how you've cured a lot of cancer patients.
Yeah, we started out with cancer, and we found that when people had their cancer, their other problems they had also cleared up. And so we were like, okay, let's look at that. And so people who had those conditions, but not cancer, we helped them and showed no evidence of the problem anymore. And so we have 109 non-cancer conditions that we're aware of that it helps. And the only reason I don't say more is I can't have an opinion on something if we didn't have a case to see it with.
And you've cured 40,000 people so far.
It's about 40,000, yeah. It's an estimate in that range. I mean, could be more. It's just we're so busy that it's hard to keep up with. And, we're expanding in larger volumes as time goes on. They started this 22 years ago from nothing. I never advertised. This is all word of mouth only. And so nobody will ever see any advertising on it because...
Well, that stops now because Dr. Fantastic is going to private label your liquid, your potion, and I'm going to distribute it around the world through my Be Fantastic International Corporation, and we're going to help a lot of more people. And that's what I do. I'm a marketing guy.
Right.
So,
and the way I do things, I have it that it's just above my cost. So this is not about out there trying to make money on people. But This is about saving lives.
Right.
It's a devotion. It's more than a business.
That's fantastic. So everyone, if you want more information, send an email to Dr. Fantastic at Be Fantastic Today or call 714-316-9829, and we're going to hook you up with the Dr. Fantastic Magical Mineral Elixir. Everybody, thanks for listening, and we're going to hear more from Fred as we work closer and closer together. Everybody, have a fantastic day.
Have a fantastic day. See you later.